What are you talking about? I did this entire camp. I trained. I did everything. I did everything right. When I agreed to take this fight, you told me because I had such little experience, I get to fight bare knuckle. The guy that I'm fighting, who's a pro, is going to be wearing 16-ounce gloves. I signed that agreement. And now you're telling me he's going to be also bare knuckle the night before the fight? And I'm just supposed to go, okay, cool. And you're going to offer me a little bit more money? It's like, no, dude, that's not the fight I agreed to. Okay, I'm not the bad guy. You changed the terms of the fight. Wonderboy agreed to fight Pereira at 170 pounds, not him at 170 and Pereira at 174. Why should they be able to take away his money? All right, so I got some insider information for you guys on this Stephen Thompson thing, this saga that continues to unfold about Stephen Thompson not taking the fight for $291 because it turns out that he didn't get paid his show money. And I had some conversations with people back, behind the scenes about how that was going to work that need to be discussed now, because now you got to look at this thing and go, so wait, it just needs to be discussed. The fact that he's not getting paid, because I found out that he was going to get paid and then now he's not going to get paid. And then so now you start backtracking through some of the stuff that we know. And anyway, we're going to talk about that. And then also, man, I am overwhelmed with the number of videos I have to do. It's Giselle's birthday, man. My daughter's turned 11 at midnight last night. We're taking her. I'm supposed to go do a million things. And you know what I'm doing right now? I'm recording videos for you guys. That's what I'm doing because I have to. I love this channel and I love you guys. And I have to do this video. I just did my Gaethje and Dustin Poirier video because I found out how much money Gaethje made last night. Good God. Okay. He made real money. Say what you want about Ali Abdelaziz. He's going to get you paid, son. Good Lord. And then also, obviously I talk about the fight. I'm talk about Derek Lewis. I'm going to talk about Tony Ferguson's future. And then the Jan Blachowicz and Alex Pereira fight. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get all these videos done. As a matter of fact, I'm probably not going to get them all done this morning, but they're all coming. And in case you didn't know, I just launched my membership section, 2 days ago. There's already a ton of content up there. I got street fight stories. I'm going to try to rack my brain and think of every single street fight I had ever been in when I was like a young, idiotic kid. And I'm going to tell them all. Okay. I got two over there right now. I got two over there. I got a story about catching my girl finding a used condom in her trash can. I got that story up over there. I got a bunch of culture stuff, a bunch of politics stuff. It's already in the members only section. So if you click the join thing, you can go watch all of that. I'm going to put so much content up there. It's going to be super fun because it's so fast. Anyway, but all of that is coming. And also, if you don't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be incredible if you did that. And we're going to rock and roll, son. So here is what we're talking about when it comes to the Stephen Thompson situation. Okay, so I did the video, whatever that was, day before, so I think Friday, where I was talking about how he, had decided not to take the fight, right? And I was saying, I think that's a very sound decision that he made because he's 40 years old. It's his last chance to make a title run, and honestly, his decision is his to make. It's his decision to make, dude. And I saw, what's interesting is that video got, I think that video has, 95,000 views, something like that. And what I've learned is that if I do a video about a person and it gets, a fair number of views, the likelihood that they saw it is about 80%, usually about 80%. And he put out his statement about 6 hours after my video went up. And it sounded very similar to what I said in the video. And so if I was able to contribute anything to his team's statement where it made it easier for them to, structure what they were going to say, then I feel an incredible amount of satisfaction about that. And if my video ended up just being absolutely dead on the money of what they were thinking, so it's either I just was completely 100% right about what they were thinking, or they saw my video and they were like, oh, this sounds really good. Let's make a statement. Let's put it out. Either way, I'm happy in either case. And again, I'll just reiterate, I do not think that anyone should be second guessing him about taking that fight because, or not taking the fight. He's 40 years old. He's coming off of an incredible victory. If he wins his next fight by knockout and then he wins his next fight by knockout, he is one fight from a title shot. Plain and simple, dude. It's a murderer's row at 170, but it's not impossible, and he can't take a risk. There's no reason for him to take a risk. He's 40 years old. He's lived clean. He is a young 40, dude. Anyway, but I put that video out, and someone commented in the comment section. They said, don't worry. Cause I'm sorry, let me rewind. I said at the end of that video that I was like, it's super messed up that someone misses weight, because then the guy who went through the camp, he doesn't get paid. He went through the camp for nothing. His coaches get hosed. He gets hosed. His family gets hosed. It's not cool. Someone commented in the comment section, don't worry. He still gets his show money, cause he made it and he made weight. And I was like, really? And I mean, full disclosure, I didn't know. I was unclear on whether or not that was true, So I was like, really? So I reached out to a very credible source to validate or invalidate that statement. Shout out to Laura Senko. And she told me, she just came back, right? She's like, no, that is true. He's going to make his show money, because he made weight. She's like, but it's on a case by case basis. And I was like, oh, awesome. Good for him. So she's so it's case by case, but he was going to get his money is kind of what the word was. So I was going to do a video saying like, oh, at least he's getting paid. And then the report came out later that he's actually not getting paid his show money. And then so you go back and it's like, and it's on a case by case basis, And so it's like, all right, but again, what it's on a, like what she said is that it's case by case per the commission, right? Like it's the commission that decides. Now, I mean, we're talking about, like, she told me that in one sentence, you know what I mean? Like I don't have any details on this at all. That does sound weird to me though. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that she's wrong or anything. I'm just saying like, if an organization is paying a fighter, right? Like it's the organization that's paying or not paying. I don't understand why a third party would have any word on whether or not they pay or they don't. It's like, to me, it seems like the common sense way for that to go is if it's up to the third party, it means that all they're doing is validating that, yes, this person made weight, and thus, per your contract, you have to pay them their show money. You know what I mean? Like if they have the ability for them to not get paid if they've made weight, why would that be? Why on earth would the commission have any say over someone not getting paid? See, that doesn't make any sense to me. So potentially my point is that because that doesn't make sense, it like doesn't line up to where he wouldn't get paid. Now, again, it's possible it's a false report, right? That he's not making his show money, but Stephen Thompson has not disputed that. The UFC has not disputed it. And it's gone around, it's gone all around. So assuming that's true, I'm just going to say, I don't think that it's the commission that would make that decision. It's got to be the UFC. Has to be. Which means that they probably offered him more money to take the fight, which he said no to. And then ultimately they said, all right, well, listen, we're either going to pay you this extra money or we're going to pay you nothing. Because they really wanted him to take the fight. That was a big draw, that was a big fight, dude. Luckily, the card ended up so awesome that it didn't matter. But, it's not that it didn't matter. It would have been a great fight to have on there. But, listen, dude, like, end of the day, that's just wrong to me. That's just wrong, dude. Wonderboy did everything right. He made weight. He was willing to fight as long as they did the fight at the agreed upon weight class. So, like, I don't understand. Why should anyone be able to withhold his money? If the policy is that, people don't get paid if they don't fight, I think that's pretty messed up, but at least I understand it. The organization did not get the value that they were then paying for. They need to pay two people to fight. I would say that it's super messed up, and it's really messed up by the person who misses weight in the event that the other guy's not going to get paid. But like, if that's the policy, that's the policy. But if sometimes you pay a guy, as long as they make weight, then what justification could you have for not paying Stephen Thompson just because he wouldn't fight a guy who's 4 pounds over? I kept hearing people like, oh God, he only missed by 1 kilogram. It's like, okay, guys, it's interesting that you're putting it into the metric system and as if that changes things. It's oh wow, it's only it's only 1.5 kilograms. It's like, right. So it's 3 pounds, I say 4 pounds because the guy's at 174. I know that they can get it at 171. It's a 170-pound fight. They give you 1 pound of leeway. So you know what I mean? It's like, it's a 170 pound fight and you get 1 pound of leeway. Okay. That doesn't mean that you only miss by 3 pounds if you weigh in at 174. You miss by 4 pounds. You're over by the pound of leeway and then 3 more pounds. So that's more like, 1.67 whatever kilograms. And that is irrelevant if you change it to the metric system. It's a weight miss, dude. Don't tell me Stephen Thompson should not get paid when the other guy did not live up to the rules set for said fight. He's going to get into a cage and they're going to fight until one of them is unconscious. It's important that both guys go in. What if it's like, all right, so I'll agree to fight this guy. I'll agree to fight this guy as long as, because he's a professional and I'm not, I'm going to go bare knuckle and he has to wear 16-ounce gloves. All right, we can deal with that. All right, cool. All right, so we'll do that fight. And then the day of, they're all, hey, so it turns out we're just going to have him fight bare knuckle instead. You're like, but I told you, I don't have very much experience. I'm probably going in there to get knocked out anyway, but at least I'll be getting knocked out while he has a glove on. I don't know. I agreed to fight me barehanded, him with, huge gloves on. Yeah, but we changed our mind, the day before the fight. He's going to fight bare knuckle, and you still have to take the fight. Be like, no. How about no? How about I'm not doing that? I'm not doing that. You have to, or else we're not going to pay you. What are you talking about? I did this entire camp. I trained. I did everything. I did everything right. When I agreed to take this fight, you told me because I had such little experience, I get to fight bare knuckle. The guy that I'm fighting, who's a pro, is going to be wearing 16-ounce gloves. I signed that agreement. And now you're telling me he's going to be also bare knuckle the night before the fight? And I'm just supposed to go, okay, cool. And you're going to offer me a little bit more money? It's like, no, dude, that's not the fight I agreed to. Okay, I'm not the bad guy. You changed the terms of the fight. Wonderboy agreed to fight Pereira at 170 pounds, not him at 170 and Pereira at 174. Why should they be able to take away his money? Why? Anyway, so that's what I got. Bye. Love you guys.